What up, what up, what up, what up, y'all? It's me, BoJack, back here. Back with another video for y'all. And I'm out here in the food truck cleaning up right now, and I thought I would come to y'all with a video. This one is the pros and the cons of having a food truck compared to a food trailer. When I got into this business, I had a lot of questions about it, and I know a lot of y'all may have questions about it too. And the only reason that I'm doing this video, number one, is because I already ran into my first problem having a food truck. I own a food truck compared to a food trailer, and I've already ran into some problems. So we're gonna get into this video, and I'm gonna show y'all the pros and the cons that I know about, that I ran into. So we're gonna get right into this video. Let's get it. Okay, so one of the first things that I would say about owning a food truck, because that's what I own, I ran into a problem 2 weeks in a row. One almost prevented me from going to an event, and the second one, it prevented me from going to an event that would have been where we would have made a good amount of money, compared to we had to detour and go somewhere else because of the problems that I had with the food truck. So I'm gonna start first with the food truck itself. I own a food truck. I own a 20 feet food truck. The first problem that I ran into with my food truck was about 2 weeks ago, and my food truck wouldn't start. My gas meter don't work on my food truck. I need to get that fixed, but it didn't work when I brought it. So I keep a 5-gallon gas can with me, and I try to keep at least $40 at a time in it. So we went and did an event, and I got back from the event, parked the truck, went out to crank the truck for the next event. The truck wouldn't start. So I'm like, okay, here we go. Here we go. First problem I'm about to run into. So I'm thinking that is out of gas. All right. I'll shoot up to the store, get gas, come back, put gas in it, still won't start. Trying. I get in, pump the gas a few times, boom, it finally cranks up. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe the gas, then, need to filter the gas or whatever. Okay, so I get to the gas station, I put $50 in. I crank back up at the pump, it won't start again. So I'm trying, and it still wouldn't start. The truck just wouldn't start for me. So I'm like, man, here we go. So I had to call a guy that I know to come out. I'm going to try to find his name, and I'm going to tag him. I'm in Port St. Lucie, Florida. He's a great handyman, and I'm going to tag him in the bottom of the video. And matter of fact, y'all subscribe, hit that subscribe button, hit a thumbs up if this helping you. So the first problem was, it was my switch. My connection for my ignition to crank it. That's what it ended up being. So we got that problem fixed. He fixed it for me. So I was able to get to my event. The following week, I got a brake problem. So there goes another problem. So basically what I'm saying with these trucks, you're going to run into mechanical issues with these food trucks. It's just bound to happen. So that's one thing. With the truck and with a trailer, you don't have to worry about any of that. Because if I had a trailer, I wouldn't be panicking whatsoever. I just go get, which I own a truck. I would just get my truck, hook up to the trailer, pull the trailer off, I'm good. So yeah, that's one thing. The mechanical problems that you're gonna have, that you're gonna get fixed. If that truck break down, thank God that I had somebody that was able to come out and fix it for me real quick. So if that truck breaks down, you have no other alternative until you can get somebody to come out and fix it. So there's no events, you can't do nothing, you just stuck. You can't do any events with a truck if you have mechanical issues, that major mechanical issues, and you can't move the truck. With that trailer, hey, if you own a truck, hook it up, pull it. You don't, rent one. You can't rent one, get a friend to come pull you. Another thing with the food truck, if you get to an event and you run out of supplies, just say you run out of supplies or something, you can't pull off in this truck and go get more supplies. But when you got a trailer, you can. You can just unhook from your truck, shoot to Sam's Club, Restaurant Depot, Cisco, wherever you got to go, get your supplies, come on back. That's another one. Okay, that was two. Let me see. 3, there's no room in these damn trucks. Look, that's it. Wall to wall, there's no room. So we're constantly scooting around each other and moving around each other. There's no room in these food trucks. Wall to wall, as you can see. No room. Compared to that trailer, you got a whole lot more space. You got a lot more space. I would say that it's easier to park a truck. A truck, you just whip in. It's easy to park. It's easy to maneuver. Compared to a trailer, you got to do all these twists and turns, and it's just easier to park a food truck compared to parking a food trailer. There's the difference in that. All right, so the next thing I would say that I think would be a good tip: storage. There's really no storage in these food trucks. You don't really have space to put a whole bunch of stuff at all. So we find ourselves running into a lot of problems when it comes to storing things. Like, you don't have any room. Like, I got my shelf here. I got the shelf that this camera sitting on, but that's like the serving window. And we got area underneath. And then I have my prep table here, if you can see. And then you got a little space underneath here. You got space underneath there, but there's really no room. We got a board here over our sinks, you know, so that can help us. But there's no space really in these food trucks to prepare anything, really. So we got a 4-burner range here. We got our griddle. We got our warmers, and we also have warmers here. We got a fryer there. And there's no space, y'all. There's no storage space. So with a truck, you got to make the best of it. You got to make the best of it. Compared to having a trailer, it's completely different. You just got a little bit more space than you do, and you can maneuver, like I said, more in the trailer than you can in the truck. All right, another tip I may have: it's easier to move from one place to another in the food truck. If you want, it takes us about, let's say, 20 to 30 minutes to set up, and we can set up and break down in that amount of time and just move to somewhere else, set up again. And like I said, parking is a whole lot easier, so you don't have any trouble, you know, trying to just get into a tight space, compared to if you have that trailer and you're trying to maneuver. You know, it's going to take time, but it's easier in a food truck to just pick up and go in a flash like that. So yeah, man, that's some of the pros and cons. I know I may have missed a lot, but that's just some of the I ran into the problem, so I thought I would just share with you guys that mechanical issues with the food truck is gonna render you, and you got to have a good mechanic, because these mechanics sure do give you the runaround. Another thing is that I missed the cost. The cost of a food truck is a whole lot more than a food trailer. You have to think about that, because you're actually buying a vehicle. You're buying a vehicle. So my truck, where it is now, I'm probably about $30,000 in altogether. $30,000 in. That's for a used food truck with just the basics. No new appliances, no none of that. But buying a brand new food truck, more up to date. Mine is an older one, more up to date food truck. You may be looking at $80,000 and up, depending on your equipment. And you know, if you're getting it used, if you're getting it new, you might be looking at $80,000 and up for a newer food truck, compared to I bought one used. Compared to a trailer, depending on the size, your equipment, new or used, you can get a used one for $10,000 and up. So you can get a used one from $10,000 on up. Compared to a food truck, you're gonna spend at least $20,000, $30,000 on up. So that's another one, the cost. So yeah, man, in a nutshell, like I said, there's some of the basics, pros and cons of having a food truck compared to a food trailer. Leave it some comments in the bottom, because I know I missed some, but I'm just showing y'all some of the problems that I've ran into with my food truck. And yo, if I miss some, y'all drop it down in the comments below. And yo, if y'all want more of these videos, man, y'all make sure y'all subscribe, leave me a thumbs up, You know what I'm saying? And let me know in the comments what y'all want to know about. Cheers to Heineken. Peace.